First, you're saying there's no side effect. Then, you're saying there is a side effect. And then you're saying me, once again, there is a side effect. A side effect that is so great that it seems that the prophecy of Grey becoming evil is true? Please, no, 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 that cannot be allowed to happen. But I guess this explains why his father could do what he could do, because after all, his heart was already clouded by revenge and resentment. So that's why the side effects of the devil slaying magic did not affect him. How is Grey gonna get out of this? He is not. I just feel the despair is getting greater in the fairy tale chapter of 498 as Grey faces off against Invel. It's simple but pure action, as it turns out. The reason why Invel has powerful eyes is simple because it's pure eyes. It's almost like holy eyes. He describes it as using the very essence of ice itself to freeze all. And the reason Grey can withstand it because he is a molding magic. So Grey decides to use his triumph card and reveals his devil slaying tattoo. With that power, he actually managed to hurt Invel, which is actually noteworthy, seeing that Invel was a pure ice mage, and that shouldn't have hurt him. It's during this time he reveals to us the horrible truth that devil slaying magic is a power that eats away the soul. Effectively, those that hunt demons become demons themselves. Not demons, but they lose their sanity. Effectively, they're becoming monsters. So they fight a little bit as Invel creates an ice snowstorm, similar to when Aegil created an ice storm. And during that time, he suddenly gets all philosophy. I don't understand what a single bit of what he says, but he's saying something like, "You have what it takes to stand on me as a comrade." What does Invel mean when he says that? Does he mean the fact that apparently Invel sees himself as above good or evil? So maybe he considers as, since Grey is willing to sacrifice so much for something that eats away his heart, he considers him a comrade, or does he consider his ice magic equal to his own? He reveals to Grey that his heart is slowly being tainted by darkness, and according to Invel, the seeds of black magic, no, the power of darkness are the seeds of black magic itself, and I guess that's what devil slaying magic is. And to Invel, darkness is neither good nor evil, but it is a fearsome power that resides in the hearts of all. But Grey says that he doesn't care, he's not a superhero, but he doesn't care if he gets tainted by the dark, as long as he can protect his family. And finally, through that moment, Natsu breaks out of Invel's eyes. That's what I was looking for. However, we take another turn for an even greater despair, as it turns out that Invel realizes then who Natsu is. And Brandish appears, grabs both Natsu, Happy, and Lucy to take them away. And it turns out that yes, she can even use her continent shifting, maybe mass shifting ability on herself. That's way too overpowered. It's bad enough that she could shrink landscapes and people. Now she can even shrink and increase herself? That's too dangerous. And she doesn't look too happy as she takes both Lucy and Natsu away. She even squeezes a little bit Lucy a bit too hard when she tries to talk to her. And well, who can blame her? She was willing to trust Fairy Tale a little bit, and just for the mistake of one dummy, that costed that entire alliance. So now what? Is she taking them away to protect them from Invel? No, I don't think so. I think she's taking them away because she wants to punish them herself. The only one who's left is of course Juvia and Grey. I always wanted Juvia to help Grey defeat Invel, but no, it doesn't turn out that way, as Invel locks both Grey and UVS next with his ice lock magic, the same one that clouds the mind of Mavis currently, as he says that this is a magic that seals a person's hearts and make them my willing puppets, and he will command them to fight to the death, and the only way the chain will break is if one of them dies. But the reason why he's doing this is simple, because he thinks Grey will be the one to come out victorious, and once he kills a friend, his darkness will fully awaken. And it's during that time, he says, the one who meant to defeat END is not His Majesty, it is you, Grey. Effectively, Invel is manipulating this entire thing. Invel figured out who Natsu was the moment that flame broke through his eyes. Or maybe he could figure out who he was before when he attacked Sereth. And that fact that Grey has devil slaying magic and says that he's using this power to destroy END, End. Then what Invel is just doing right now is the most simple of cruelty ever. He is trying to turn Grey into evil so that he can kill his friend, two of his friends, the girl who has fallen for him and the rival who is also his closest friend. Because the way he says is the one who's meant to defeat END is not His Majesty, is you, Grey. I think he meant, sorry, I stammered. What he means by saying that is, since END is the only thing that is said to kill Sereth, and since Natsu is END, I think Invel wants Grey to kill Natsu, aka the END, to prevent that from happening. I think, given how loyal Invel is to Sereth, I guess that it is. And but can Juvia and Grey really fight each other? That is the question. Will she take her own life to protect Grey? Her love for Grey is strong, but can it be strong enough to overcome the ice locks? We are now only 2 chapters away from 500. I have a very big feeling, a very big despair awaits us at 500. But please, make the power of love overcome this ice lock. Invel doesn't look like a guy who believes in love, nor the fact that he believes that the power of love can break these chains. So please, 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 make the Juvia's crazy love overcome this chain. And again, I did not like the fact that Grey is still contaminated by darkness and can become crazy. That almost seems to hint that his role in Avatar actually wasn't just an act. It may very well have been that part of him that was slowly coming true. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that how can Grey overcome that darkness within him? My guess is, given how Fairy Tail is going up, only love. And Brandish took away Lucy and Natsu. Is she gonna take revenge? Yeah, I think she is. So all in all, a chapter with quick action and emotional moments. But I have a very big feeling what awaits us is only despair. So give me your thoughts if you have any.